Hi guys, welcome to another video. It's Halloween, it's Halloween, so I thought we would do the handbags of horror. Which bags do I think are the absolute most ridiculous, the ugliest, the horrific bags out there? Some of them are so expensive as well. Not necessarily Halloween themed, but they are horror. It is horror. Anyway, wait for later because I'm gonna share one of them. One of them is owned by a really good friend of mine. So I'm apologising now. Wait for later because I'm going to show you which one it is. So which brands? Well, none of them get off lightly. Chanel is in there, Hermes is in there, Louis Vuitton is in there, and some others. So let's get going. Let's start with Chanel. Now, Chanel usually I wouldn't have thought would come into the ridiculous and ugly and out there category. It's usually quite timeless and classic and elegant. But no, I found two. I have found two. I'll tell you the other one later. Look at this first one. What is this? What is this bag? It is just the most ridiculous bag. I think it's actually, is it even called the Hula Hoop Bag? I don't know. There's different versions of it. There's different sizes of it. Who on earth is ever going to use that? I'm sorry, but maybe I think this may be just a runway piece. I've never seen one of these in the flesh. And there's probably a good reason for that. And I know the brands like to put these things out on the runway to, I suppose, to get us all talking about them. That's what I'm doing. But you can't even use this as a bag. It's absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, so you take that out to dinner and what, you're going to prop it up at the side of your table? Ridiculous and just awful. Okay, let's switch to Balenciaga. Now, Balenciaga is not one of my favourite brands for reasons that we all know, but also just the aesthetics. There's an odd thing that I used to like. It's not my favourite. And you won't be surprised that there's a couple of Balenciaga bags in this video because they do make some crazy designs. But look at this one. Honestly, this is just awful. Now, I think this is the Cajole bag. I think it's Cajole. It's based on the boots, but the boots are awful anyway. They're just awful. So again, if anybody likes these, anybody has these, no offence, it's only my personal opinion. This is not meant to offend. This is just a bit of fun. But who on earth is going to walk around with that bag? It's just awful. So ridiculous, ugly, yeah, expensive. It's also really expensive. So yeah, don't get it. So let's talk Hermes now. Hermes is one of my absolute favourite brands. You know that, guys. I have a collection and I love them. And usually they're very timeless and classic, elegant. And actually some people find them quite boring. So what are they even doing in this list? Well, look at this one. This is the Beleed. I think it's called Beleed. It's on wheels. It's like a children's toy. It's just ridiculous. Honestly, I can't understand. Well, I can understand. I was going to say I cannot understand why somebody would want to buy this, but I do get it because it is so stupidly sought after and expensive. I found one for sale on the resale market. It's over £20,000 on the resale market, and that will be, I don't know what they are retail. I've no idea, but there certainly won't be anything like 20,000. They'll be way under 10,000, I assume. Honestly. So unless you're buying it for investment purposes, but I still don't understand it. It is literally like a children's toy. Can somebody just explain to me what on earth this is? No, nope. So I need to say an apology before we get going on this next one because one of my absolute best friends here on YouTube, Dale, from Dale's Addiction, you have this. And I think you're going to know which one I'm talking about. So I am so sorry, but the pigeon, Gary the pigeon. No, Dale, honestly, when you unboxed this, it absolutely freaked me out. I have a thing about birds. I wouldn't say a phobia, but yeah, it harps back to my grandma who used to say it was bad luck. And anyway, I don't really know, but Yeah, anything to do with birds for me is an absolute no. And so when you unboxed this, I was like, absolutely in horror. So I'm really sorry because I know you love Gary and I know he'd become a little bit of a fashion icon, hasn't he? But I just don't get it. I'm really sorry. And also, just alongside the pigeon clutch, this is a JW Anson pigeon clutch that we're talking about. There's also a frog. It's just a frog. And we saw this in London. And we did prove that actually your credit card will fit in it, but I just don't get either of them. I'm really, really sorry. I'm all for having fun and having, these quirky things. There's some that I just I just don't get it. So Dale, I'm so sorry. I love you. You know that I do. But Gary, no. No. So I was just searching on the internet the other day, which is what I do. I end up researching and looking at different things. And this popped up. What on earth is this? This is Chanel. And this is like a supermarket grocery basket. Honestly, again, I just don't understand it. It's just ridiculous and it's not usable. I know it's probably a runway piece and I don't know. I just don't understand it. And this is so expensive. It is an absolute fortune. I think the cheapest one I found on the resale market was 84. You heard me right. £84,000. £84,000. I'm sorry, but if I had £84,000 to spend on a luxury bag, it certainly wouldn't be that one. I don't get it. Can anybody else, please, can we agree that this one is just the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen? Now, we can't do a video like this and not include Moschino, can we? Because they always have some really quirky things. And again, I'm all for quirky. But look at this one. Just have a look at this one. This is like a red velvet. It's like a little couch, like a little, not even a chaise longue. It's sort of, I don't even know what it is. And the shape of it, it's completely and utterly useless. It opens up, but it doesn't open to anything because of the shape of it. So again, a fortune. And I know these are collector's pieces and I know it's probably just something to put on your shelf and you're never going to actually use it. But one is, I just don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like the gaudiness of it. I don't like particularly the colour of it. I do like reds, but I don't know. I just don't like the whole aesthetic of it. I don't like. And then to try and make it into a handbag, it's just not, is it? It's just not. So that one has to go. It has to go. Back to Hermes now. Can you believe I found another Hermes bag that I think is ridiculous and ugly and an absolute horror? It's this one. This is the Kelly doll. If you've seen another one of my videos where I say the sort of trends and the things I really, are not drawn to, it's one from absolutely ages ago. I was talking about ones that have faces or anything like painted faces or anything like that is not, the usual animations. For some reason, I really like LV Vivian. I don't know, it's probably just because it's LV, but anything else, any animations on things, I find quite childlike and I'm not drawn to them at all. And the Kelly doll, I mean, they have these tiny little charms that are an absolute fortune. I remember Mel in Melbourne getting one and it was thousands. I'm sure it was thousands of probably Australian dollars. I just don't, it's really childlike. But then there's an actual doll bag and I'll show some pictures here. Honestly, I just think I'm really sorry. I just think it's really ugly, really childlike. I don't understand it. I definitely would never want one. And again, the price of it is absolute fortune. Like on the resale market, some of them are over £100,000. I found one for 76,000. I don't know, if I got my hands on one for retail and then I could sell it for that, then I get it. Of course we all get it if it's an investment, but as an actual aesthetic of a bag, I think it's awful. I honestly think it's awful. So I'm really sorry, Hermes. It's not for me. And Balenciaga again. This, I'll just show this one quickly because it needs no explanation. Look at it. It's like a shopping bag. It's literally like a shopping bag, and it's just so expensive. The colour's awful. The style's awful. It looks cheap. It looks nasty. No, horrible. Absolutely no. I've got one more bag to share with you, but then after that, I'm going to tell you which is my absolute number one horrific bag. So my pick of the worst of the lot. So hang fire for that. But yeah, the last one I want to share with you is the LV. So Louis Vuitton, my favourite brand of all time, hasn't escaped my list. Look at this bag. This is called the Motard Firebird. Does anyone remember this? I think this was featured in Sex and the City in one of the films, I think. Honestly, it's like they've just thrown everything at the bag. And I'm looking into colour a little bit more and yeah, one step at a time. But this, it's got like blobs like stuck on it, the colours, the gaudiness, even the style, awful. Louis Vuitton, what on earth? I know all these brands try to come out with these designs that are quirky and it gets everybody talking. But I can't, no, I can't get on board with this one. Yeah, I want to know actually, Meredith, if you are watching this, do you like this one? This is the Firebird. This was from 2008, I understand. So do you have one of these in your collection? I don't remember seeing one in your collection, miss. So, yeah, you like quirky bags. Is this one that you would be looking for? Let me know, Meredith. But yeah, for me, it's an absolute horror. Horrible. So which is top of the tree of the list of absolute horrors, in my opinion? Well, it would be Gary the Pigeon. It would, because I really don't like birds. And I think it's not really a bag. It's useless. But for the amount of money that it is, it's a few £100s. And yes, it's a few £100s, but it's not thousands. And it's a bit of fun. And if you love birds, like Dale does, I can understand the quirkiness of that. I can sort of understand it. I don't like it, but I can understand it. But some of the other ones, I'm just, awful. So I've got two. I'm going to change the rules again. My channel, I'm going to change the rules. So the two that are equally top of the tree, awful, horrific, horror bags is the Balenciaga boots bag, the cajole boots. It's just awful. It's just ugly. No, never in a million years. And I'm really sorry, but the Hermes Kelly doll, it's freaky. It freaks me out. The fact it's got a face on the front, the fact it's really childlike, and I just really don't like it. I really don't like it. So they are the two that I would be like, absolutely stay away from. But anyway, this was just a bit of fun. Hope it didn't offend anybody. Let me know. Do any of you guys have any of those bags? Please let me know, because I want to hear from somebody who has actually gone out and spent their hard-earned money on these bags. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another one.